can see 4 of you are waiting. Thank you so much. This is my first time doing it, so I hope I set it up all okay. I need to wear my glasses so that I can see any comments that come up, but then you've got this really glaring light in my eyes, haven't you, which isn't great. Okay, so the style that we're going to do today, I'm hoping that I can see, maybe someone said they might give me a comment, now I just know I'm doing it properly. Let's see. There's top chats, all messages, hi chats. Okay, I think, okay, hopefully it's going to work. Hopefully it's going to be fine. Okay, so for our very first Saturday style, I wanted to do a style that I did a couple of years ago on my little girl, probably about 4 years ago now actually. I did a style that was quite, it looked really intricate, but it was really, I'm going to take my glass off because I just keep seeing my circles. It looked quite intricate, but actually it's really, really quite simple, and it's those styles are always nice when they look more complicated than they really are. So I was going to show you it in a different way, because when I did it up into a high bun. But today I'm going to take the hair and do like a crisscross sort of style. So anyway, thank you to those of you that have come to join us. If you are new here, hello, thank you very much. It'd be great if you could hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell to be notified. Hi Caroline! Oh, thank you, I'm so pleased you commented. So I know it's working then, thank you. Hi, thanks so much for coming, because I know in the UK it's like the first summer day that we've had for ages, and obviously like restrictions are lifting, so I appreciate that today people don't really want to be indoors watching YouTube, they want to be outside having their barbecues. But yeah, so thanks so much Caroline. What have you been up to today? Anything nice, any barbecues or anything that you've got planned coming up tomorrow? So just brush the hair all the way through. This is so exciting! Oh, I so appreciate it's so exciting. Now Caroline, you're going to have to be my cheerleader and let me know that it's going okay. So I'm going to just spray her hair with some water. This is what I normally do with my little girl's hair. I just spray it just around the front, just because I don't really like to use too many products in her hair. So I find that actually just spraying with a bit of water is enough really. So I'm just going to spray with a little bit of water, and then I'm going to get a comb with like one of these pointy ends. And then, now this is a question that people ask me a lot. They're like, how do you get your parting straight? How do you get your, recovering from a birthday celebration, I was like, oh, was it your birthday or someone else's birthday? Oh gosh, yeah, that's the thing. Now people are going to start going out and celebrating. We're going to have a lot more fragile mornings, aren't we? And now we have to get up in the morning for ballet and football and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so excuse her makeup. She's had a bit of a rough night, hasn't she? Don't tell her that, but I have got a new mannequin coming. But it's been your birthday. Oh, happy birthday to you, birthday girl. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I always comb the hair in the direction that I want the parting to go in. So if I want my parting to go out diagonally, I would comb the hair diagonally. But as I want the parting to go straight back down, I'm going to comb straight back down. So I'm going to comb the hair in the direction that I want the parting to go in. And now this is how I do it. I kind of do it in 3 steps. So step number 1 for the best parting to go all the way down the back of the head. I tend to look at the front of her face, but as I can see the reflection, it's fine. So I normally stand right in front of my little girl, like this, and I do it like that, okay? So I get right in her face so I can see what's happening. But as I've got the camera right there, you can see. So I'm going to go from her nose, and I'm going to go right up from her nose, across the back. Now, because I've combed the hair backwards already, that's going to make it so much easier to just part that hair. So that is part 1 of getting the perfect thing. Now I'm just going to double check, because like I said, I always go from the front. So let me just check. Oh, here we go. That's so much better. There we go. I think it's so much better when you stand in front of them. Okay, so that's part 1. Can you advise? Oh no! It disappeared! Caroline, put it on again. I saw it and then it just disappeared. I don't know how you, how can I keep them up? Oh, I don't know how to keep them up, Caroline. I'm so sorry. And that might, hide, no. Some messages such as potential spam. Says they're all visible, so it did come up, but I literally, because my head was like that, I wasn't looking at the screen, so sorry, Caroline. I saw you said something and I'm really sorry. Anyway, so that's the first part. Oh, can you advise where you got your comb from? Do you know what? This is brand new yesterday because my other one, which I had for years and years and years, I lost it last week. I did her hair for dancing, and because I had a dress with pockets on, I love a dress with pockets, I just popped it in my pocket like that. You can't see. Boop. And then I took it to dance, and then somewhere from home to dancing to home again, it's fallen out of my pocket. I'm gutted because it's my favourite comb. But anyway, because it's brand new, you can see really clearly. I don't know where where is the camera there? Can you see? That's where it's from. Pink pewter. Now I'm gonna have to admit, guys, it's a bit on the pricey side. But obviously the fact that I've gone out and bought myself one again, you can tell that I absolutely love it. It's carbon fibre. So you know with the other clip, the other combs, they're sort of bendy and wobbly and they don't really take the hair on. This is so strong. Got ya. This is so strong and I love it. The idea behind it is that you can kind of keep it in your hand while you're still working, but I just like it because it's got more of a grip on it, and the bristles or the spokes are just a lot more strong. So anyway, I think that's a really good advertisement, the fact that I lost it last week, and Monday, after I realised it wasn't in the car, it wasn't anywhere, I was like, I've just got to buy another one. So I bought another one. It's come all the way from Denmark, I think, because there isn't a stockist in the UK. So yeah, and I've now got it. So pleased. So anyway, that's part one of getting the perfect parting. And now I'm going to go from the ears. So what you're going to do, if I do it like this, put my comb down for a moment, can you see? So I'm going to get the ear. Hi! Thanks so much for coming. Was that a family? Yeah, take the ears, and then can you see my thumbs? They go like that. And then you already know where you've got to with the top of the parting. So then you're just going to come down, and then you've got like a marker to go to. Can you see how I've got my thumb, when I do this, get my middle fingers in the top of the ear, and then get my thumbs to join. That's the middle of the head. So now I'm going to take the comb, it's going to go from the parting that I've already just done and come down. So that's the second part of the parting. You didn't realise it was so complicated, did you, do one single parting? But anyway, and then, now it doesn't work so much on a doll, but you know, if you feel on the back of your neck, you've got like a bit of a dippy bit in the back of your neck. And so if you, on your daughter, you will be able to feel. So when I've got to this part here, I normally put my finger, I find the dippy bit. And then when I found that dippy bit, I then go from the last section, put my finger in that dippy bit, and then I go down to my finger, because I've got like somewhere to aim to. And that is the best way that I have found to get a perfect parting. I mean, you could just go all the way down, go for it, and you know, on a school morning I pretty much do that, but if I wanted to be perfect, and I've got a bit of more time, I do go through and section it like that. Okay, so on this side of hair that I'm just going to use one of these clips. These clips are really good because they just hold the hair really easily, and if you keep having to use a hair bobble each time you want to get a bit of hair out of the way, it just takes more time, doesn't it? So, you know, we're looking for speed, girls, aren't we, when we're trying to get the hair done in the morning. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I want to get the hair to be parted about the back of the hairline where I can see, okay? I don't want to see from the top because the top section will be too small for what I want to do next, okay? So I want to go from here, but again, I'm going to get my hands to work together, and I want to go from just above the ear to where my finger is. I'm going to go towards my finger, like so, pull my finger in a bit, and then just put it down. Now that's not great, is it? A bit looking better than yesterday. Oh! Okay, right. Hi Aisha, how are you? Right, okay. I liked my costume yesterday. I'm not sure what you're saying. I think I made a pretty fine gesture, so did you. Okay, so I've got my section just there. Make it a bit neater. Okay, so I've got that one. Okay, now this top one, I'm going to put them all into ponytails in a minute, but just to get my 4 pieces, I'm just going to use the clip again. Okay, I'm going to put a clip in that bottom one, and then we'll come back and neaten them up in a moment. So there's that one. Right, let's go back to over here. And I'm just going to go all the way around to the same place at the front. Great, you looked fab. Oh, I didn't see who that was. Can somebody tell me please, how do I keep the messages on the screen? Because literally, I'm obviously not just staring at the screen, I'm busy. And then I look at the screen and then the comment is gone. So I'm so sorry, whoever that was. But yeah, okay. So, got my sections like that. Okay, so thank you so much for coming to join me, because I know in the UK we've got a bank holiday at the moment and the sun is shining, so I know lots of people are having a lovely time, having barbecues or just going to the water park, or you know, just doing lots of lovely things. So thank you so much for coming to watch me. If you're new to us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell, because if you hit that bell, it's brilliant. I didn't even know this. I thought, oh, you have subscribed to that channel, brilliant. But it's only when you hit the notification bell that you actually get notified of a new video. So yeah, definitely hit the notification bell. Okay, so I'm putting this bottom section into a ponytail down here, a nice low down, in fact I want it lower. I'm going to put it a bit lower down at the bottom of her neck, down here. Just go around her ear. It's tricky, these mannequins' ears are not they're not like little girls' ears. They're a lot more sort of stuck to the side of their head. Is anyone actually doing this along with me? Is anyone doing it live? Or are you all just watching at the moment? Let me see if I can see the screen, if any comments come up. So I'm just putting this bobble on. Okay, I'm going to put the next bobble on. Oh, it's amazing, I keep seeing the numbers keep going up of how many's watching. This is so lovely. Honestly, I'm so chuffed. Heather, hi Heather, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks so much for coming along. I hope you enjoy this style. Thanks for coming out of the sunshine to come and spend some time with us. Okay. Oh, trying to do it so that you can see what's going on, but then I don't want the hair to get in the way. So maybe what I should have done was to do some little like twisty bun things at the top of her head rather than just clips. Okay, this will look much neater in a minute. It's looking quite messy in a minute. Right. Okay. So, I've got my two low down bunches. Now I'm going to put this top hair into two bunches as well. Ready? Now, for the top of her hair, I'm just going to use a thinner. I've been watching for years. Hi Heather, have you been watching for years? Oh, that is so lovely. Now, I bet you're going to tell me that you knew all about the notification bell. I need to fix this up here because it's gone a bit messy. Here it is. I never knew. So, do you know what? I may be a YouTuber. I may have a few followers on, or for subscribers, but I never knew about the notification bell. I never really got the point of it, but now I know. It's like you actually get, YouTube tells you when there's a new video that's come out. It's amazing. So good. Okay, let's just comb this through. Okay. So while I'm just doing this, anyone got any questions? Any questions that I can help you with? Just get this one on. So I'm trying to keep this bubble fairly similar height to the other one, like parallel to the other one. And you spent the day. Ah! I was exhausted after yesterday. Exhausted. I don't know how people are full-time hairdressers, standing on your feet all day long, plaiting hair, well, doing hair, wow. But plaiting hair and teaching at the same time, that's the first for me. I've never done that. Normally, plaited hair at Christmas fairs, never done it as actual part of our topic, but they all look like beautiful little princesses by the end of the day, didn't we? We had a lovely topic at school, all about castles, and we've had a castle topic for castle couple of days. And we've done loads of lovely things, and one of them was dressing up and doing a battle, jousting, having a banquet, and then if they wanted their hair like princesses, I brought in my hair things and I did some princess hair. Right, I need to just check that they are the same. So I'm going to go around this one more time. Okay, so now these bobbles, they look fine, they're okay. But just to make them look a little bit neater, I'm going to use one of these. So I prefer this method for wrapping the hair because I just feel like it stays in better. Now I always go from underneath, like this. Just poke it through. Take a small amount of hair, and this is just going to cover up the elastic. So I'm really looking forward to seeing other people recreating this style and using the hashtag, and then we can all see how everyone's got up, because I'm sure, like I said to you already, I've already done this style, but I did it like back to front, upside down. So this is just another way to do it. So once you see what I'm going to do with these little ponytails, I'm sure you're going to have to come up with lots of different ways yourself. And then it'd be great if you could put them on your social media and use a hashtag so that I can find them. Or if you are in our Facebook group, put them in the Facebook group. That would be really lovely to see. Oh, my voice is going hoarse. So has anyone got anything lovely for tea? We are having pizzas. I've got the pizzas already. They're all the dough has been rising all day, and I've just knocked them all back, and now they're on the pizza trays. And then when I finish this, I'll go and turn them into pizzas. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to split the hair into two pieces, just into two ponytails like this, okay? And I'm going to just clip that over there so it's out of the way. And I'm going to do a regular 3-strand braid. So I'm going to split it into 3 pieces like this. And I'm going to take the right side over the middle and the left side over the middle. And I'm going to do that all the way down. So when I do this, I tend to put my thumb on, bring it a bit closer so you can see. I put my thumb across the loop just to stop it from unravelling, and it just helps to keep the braid to stay nice and secure. And when I'm braiding just in ponytails, I do braid with my hands down, whereas I'm sure, well, no, when I'm doing it up high, I braid like this, but I know lots of people, they like to braid with their hands this way. So it's totally fine which way you hold the hair, whichever way works for you. I just find that when I'm coming downwards, it's easier to keep the hair this way. So this braid is going to go all the way to that side because crisscross styles are so popular. Girls love a crisscross braid, and in fact this morning on the Facebook group it was really funny because somebody, I can't remember her name now, she was going to go and see her nana, and her mum had like jazzed up the hair by doing a crisscross style, and I was like, wow, it's so funny because that's exactly what I'm going to do this afternoon. Okay, so instead of tying that off with a bobble now, I'm just to save us time, guys, just use a bobby pin. Okay, just put a bobby pin on there like that, and that'll just keep it still. You don't want to spend time doing it bobbles and undoing bobbles. You just want to you know, make your life as easy as possible. So I'm going to section this one into 3 pieces, try and make sure that they are equal, because I'm sure you're the same as me. I was saying the other day, wasn't I, that when you've got a little girl with, well, she's not even growing out a fringe, she just constantly has new baby hairs all the way around the front of her face. So it just makes it a little bit tricky. I'm always looking for styles that will keep all those little wispy bits out of the way. But you find that you've got all these little wispy bits, and as you get further down, you end up sort of running out of hair. Oh, so has anyone got any nice plans for the weekend? Anyone doing anything nice? We're going canoeing tomorrow, so that will be lovely. We've not been canoeing for such a long time, so we normally go with my dad, and we've not seen my dad for ages. We saw my mum and dad, we've been seeing them on the doorstep, and then we actually saw them in the house. I think it was the day, there was it the 17th of May, that was the day they could come in the house. They came in the house, and yeah, I've seen them, and then they looked after them after school yesterday, and I went round to their house and picked them up. It was really weird going inside their house, but anyway, that's what I did. So, get another pin. I'm with you, we are growing. Oh, you're growing out fringe, yeah, so that's the thing. So you know when you start these sections up here, if you make them too small, if you go up the head rather than going across the head, you're going to end up with so much hair that's short. So you want to kind of make sure that you go around the back a bit as much as you can, so you're getting the longer hair that's here. Otherwise, you're just getting the wispy bits that are at the front. Does that make sense? So, you know, all of that is the fringe, it's your wispy bits, whereas I've managed to get myself 2 pretty good braids there. So I'm going to do the exact same on the other side. Just move her around. Hope that's okay. I'm going to split this. I know some people, lots of people have gone on holiday. Like they've actually booked holidays, but I think months ago we just didn't know how things were going to stand, so we just didn't book anything. But yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to have days out, get bits and pieces done. My eldest daughter's going to go and have a sleepover. She's super excited. Yes, yeah. See, you know, Caroline, you're really good at this anyway. You said you're going to start putting hair on your own page. So that's good. Let's just do this and go down. So obviously this is just one way that you can do this style. I did think that, you know what might have been nice if you wanted to, and if you have got the issue with the fringe, you could obviously braid that bit and then tie the bobble and then split it. You could always tie that front bit off with a braid, keep all those little pieces in place. That would be super. You could always do it upside down like I did on my YouTube video a couple of years ago. I really need to work out how to keep those messages there, because once they've gone, they've gone. I can't see them, they just like dissolve. It's like, you know, like an Etch-a-Sketch. I don't know if that's how you're seeing it, but when I look up, they sort of just like melt away. It's really funny. Really, really funny. Okay. So if you have just got here and you missed the beginning, don't worry, you didn't miss much. I was just talking about how to part the hair. But I'm going to save this video so that you can see it again later. And then the more the merry, the more people that see this, the more people that have a go. It's going to be so lovely, I think, for us to see how everybody else interprets the style and see what they do. And it's just something that children, girls, they always just seem really excited, like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Even my little girl this morning, when I was just flicking through my phone and she saw the photo of, I need to find her name, I can't remember her name. Somebody put it on the Facebook group this morning. Off to her nana's house, she'd done the crisscross, and she was like, oh, that's so amazing. She loved it. Because I have to admit, half the time my little girl doesn't know what she looks like because she doesn't know what's happening at the back of her head. So yeah, she has her hair like that sometimes, but she's got no idea. Okay, so we've got the 4 braids, okay? Now, if you want to make that even quicker, you could just do them as rope twists. That would be easy peasy. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I want to get them to sort of crisscross. So I'm going to get them to go over, but I want to sort of weave over each other. So you can see how this one's going to go over this one. I want this one to go under it, like that. And then on this side, because it's gone under, I want it to go over first and then under. Can you see that? Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up, somebody, if that makes sense. Who can give me a thumbs up? Can you see that? Oops. Every time I look at the camera, I'm not looking ahead, I get it a bit wonky. Does that make sense? I'll show you one more time what I did. So, I don't know how to get it, because I feel like, let me see if I can make her head higher. Let's see. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. So, I'm going to take this braid to one side. Oh, it's come right off and got stuck on my bracelet. Okay, going to go onto this side. Oh, thank you, Aisha. Okay, this one's going to go over there. So in this second braid, I don't want it to go over, I want it to go under, because this one's gone over, so this one's going to go under. And on this side, this one is going to do the opposite of that one. So because that one's gone under, this one's going to go over, and then it's going to go under the next one. And then you get that really cool crisscross effect, okay? Now, we could have done 3 braids, could have done 4 braids. You could, you know, do as many braids as you like. And that's the whole beauty of this style. And lots of the styles, you know, you can interpret it your own way. Oh, hi Bridget, you've come on. Have you had your tea? Oh, I'm so pleased to see you. Bridget is one of my biggest fans. She's always messaging me and I love it. Okay, so pleased you're here, Bridget. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Okay, so now I've got the hair all on. Now, where is my other bobble gone? Seem to have lost a bobble mid doing it. I had 4 and now I've only got 1 left. Oh no, there it is. There we go. I'm not going crazy. Okay, so I'm going to tie these 2, take these pins out. And can you see now, just slide the pins out. You can see why it's so much easier to have the pins there, isn't it? Rather than bobbling, because then you've got to unbobble them again. Okay, go around this one. Like that. Get my other elastic. And come over here. And then you can sort of, as long as you keep them nice and tight, they should sit nicely over that parting that we've done. So we'll just take this pin off. Whoops. There we go, they're all out. And then you could finish this. I mean, how would you finish it? What would you do? Yes, it was really good. Oh, good. I'm so pleased. You've had a lovely dinner and you've had the sunshines. That's great, Bridget. Okay, so what would you do? How would you finish this? I'd love to know what you would do. Because at the moment, we've just got these 2 ponytails. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to undo these little braids. And I think sometimes I do see people that they've left the bobbles at the ends, and that's fine, totally, you know, personal choice, but I prefer it when they've been undone. Now, because this is a mannequin with mannequin hair who's been in a plait, she's a little bit kinky, but what I can do is maybe I could have brought a bit of argan oil. If I put some oil through it, that would have sort of just settled those waves a little bit, because she's a little bit wayward at the moment, isn't she? I've got a brand new mannequin coming. I'm not sure, I think I've already said that. And but she's stuck in a port. I'm not sure which port. She was meant to be here the end of May, and now she's delayed by 28 weeks. How is that even possible, to be delayed by 28 weeks? There can't be a port in the world that's got a delay that's 28 weeks. So I'm wondering whether they haven't even made this doll for me. I don't know. It's very odd. Okay, so there's that side. Okay. So we could now put these into buns if we wanted to. We could even plait all of this. I mean, these ends here, I wouldn't send my little girl to school with her hair if it was all kinky like that, because it doesn't look very neat at the minute. I think I'd probably plait the ends. But like I said, this is I think she needs her hair. I think maybe this doll either needs a bit of a shampoo, or maybe a bit of a hair straightening session, because she's looking a bit messy. Okay, so we could always plait all the way down the end now, like that. And then once we've plaited down to the end, we could tie those into buns around there. Imagine if you did this upside down. You could get this looking so cool. If you did it upside down and you finish with the hair all up here, you could have like space buns. I did some space buns the other day and I love them. But do you know what the problem is with space buns, especially with my hair? I get lots of loose bits at the back of my head. But if I had done this the other way round, I mean, this would go into a bun ever so neatly now. It'd look really cute, wouldn't it? Could you imagine that? How sweet is that? So lovely. Okay, but I'm going to leave them just down because I want to see how you guys come up with changing. I want to see what you're going to do. So there's that. But I am going to just put a little bit of hair around the ponytail. You could finish it with a ribbon, you could finish it with a bow. But I just think it looks much nicer when we just cover up these bobbles. And also because, can you see, we've got like the bobble from the beginning and then we've got the extra bobble. I think this just finishes it a little bit nicer. So I'm going to go around, just around those bubbles, put it through that loop. And these are called topsy tails. If you just search topsy tail in Amazon, you will get these. You can buy them in Primark, you can get them in Claire's, you can get them all over the place. And they are like about £1. So cheap. Okay, so that's looking a little bit better now. It's a little bit less frizzy, and also because these hairs are a bit shorter, they've sort of combined in a little bit neater now. It doesn't look so scrappy. Okay, let's go on this side. Put this in like so, and then well, she will be finished. She will be done. And I'm going to get a picture of her. I'm going to put her on to the group and see if anyone else wants to have a go at doing this style, or maybe seeing if they can come up with their own way of interpreting it. Okay, so that is the end of this tutorial. Okay, so this is how she looks. Try not to get the legs all to like tangle up. See if I can give you a bit of a close-up. Can you see that? So it does look really neat. Just remember, what you need to do is make sure that when you're going from the ear up, don't go up, because you're going to end up with lots of the baby hair, so you won't have enough hair for the braids. You need to make sure that you do go a little bit more to the back of her head. Like this is kind of just slightly higher than her nose, and then you're going to get lots of the longer hair to get those plaits, because it's quite a distance from this bobble all the way to there, isn't it? So if you're just working with little baby for hairs at the front, you're going to really struggle. Okay, so that is the end of the tutorial. I'm not sure how to finish the live now, but I can see that we've been on for nearly 30 minutes. that's been really lovely. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will see all my videos. And if you're not already in our Facebook group, then come along and join it. I'll put a link in the description once I've uploaded this. And then, yeah, if you just use, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for watching. If you use this, I want to see this in your hair now, Aisha. That would look amazing. Yeah, if you use the hashtag, then I'll be able to find you, or you can just put it in the group and I'll see it easy peasy. Or tag me. If you can tag me on Instagram, you can tag me on Facebook, and then I'll be able to see it. Looks amazing. My niece is coming tomorrow and I would try on her. Should I say yes? Oh, Aisha, that would be so amazing. All you need is a couple of bobbles. It will look so pretty. Yeah. So if you do it, please use that hashtag, and I've put the hashtag on the thumbnail for this live video. So if you use the hashtag, tag me and I will see it. And I'm so looking forward to seeing your recreations and seeing how you sort of change it up and fix it into a style that you want it to be, or just exactly how I've done it. But imagine, these could be fishtails if you had more time. Fishtails take a long time, but if you had the time to do fishtails, you could make these fishtail braids. If you didn't have the time, you could just do ponytails and just go straight across. When I did the ponytail style, the pigtail style in the week, I just crisscrossed the hair over. I didn't have time to braid it. It's a great style again. My girls love it too. But we're trying. Oh, great. Thanks, Bridget. Do you know what? I used to love it when my girls used to have matching hair. I wonder if your girls will let you do matching hair. That would be so cute, wouldn't it? 2 little matching hairs with this on it. Okay, so until next week, I'll be back here again at 5:30 next Saturday, and we'll have another live. But until then, you can find me on all the social medias that I'm in. And yeah, come and say hello. So it's been so lovely. Take great care. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, and enjoy the bank holiday weekend and the sunshine. And if you've got half term this week, enjoy your week off school. Okay, take care. Bye.